Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Minecraft Community Spotlight, where we focus on PvP maps created by the community for gamers like you. And in this case, it's not necessarily a PvP map, but a collection of them put together by two guys from the Reddit subreddit of MCTourney, Minecraft Tournament, E. Carter, and
Hello.
Freckle Ears. I always have to double check your name. Alright, guys, you guys have basically just put together a massive amount of, well, not just labor, but like the maps themselves that will be featured in the tournament. Derping out a little bit there, spinning around. So if you guys can kind of tell me what the idea was behind putting together the server for folks, and how we're going to go over how people can get time reserved to come on and actually practice some of these maps if they don't have their own servers available.
Okay, well, I can start off by saying, originally my idea, I watched obviously all of the first tournament. I enjoyed it quite a lot, and I noticed some teams didn't really have a lot of skill refined. And on the forums you could see that they said, hey, they didn't have time to practice. So I knew Carter became the mapping liaison, so I offered him, I said, hey, if I have a server, would you like to use it permanently, full-time for training purposes? I don't need a server myself, and I have the spare ability to give you one, so I offered it up, and then we started drafting up an idea of what to do.
Awesome. And you guys basically just put a ton of work into this thing. If we want to, we won't necessarily go over all the rules. That's a lot for people to do whenever they get on here.
Yep.
But it basically takes people through the process of... it's like a distribution center for like packages almost, but the packages are players getting to the right destinations. I don't necessarily want to go through this step by step. That might be time, or that might be something for another time. But moving through here, I know people have to do a quick tutorial on getting to the right place, but you know, it seems like there's usually someone available to help.
Yeah, and the tutorial should be fairly straightforward.
Very cool. And it takes you to this next area, part of the hub, and this is kind of, what is this, the rule area, or just kind of telling you about the maps, or what is this part?
This is just the map location so that people can find all the maps easy and not try to remember, okay, this map's at this spot, this map's at the other spot. They don't have to remember it all. It's just right in here for them. Very
cool. Moving on to the next area, past the initial starting place. I like the lava floors. I'm always a fan of that. All right, and what is this area right here, this next spot?
Well, the world consists of 32 slots, and each slot is accessible from a single rail track. So that leaves us with two paths. Each one has 16 tracks. It almost looks, you know, like a set of wires going down an end of a plate. To access each one of those tracks, you need to select where your map is to. So in that last room, that room showed every name of the map. Say, for example, Uncivilized Engineering by Fifth Whammy. His maps would be on A8, B8, C8, for example. So if we wanted to select it, we could go over here, press 8. You'll hear a bunch of triggers fire off, and then we go over here and press A. And now what happens is now we've set up this gigantic hub building, which automatically reloads new carts, players jump in. When you launch it, you will go to that track, and then the hub resets.
Awesome. And from here, it just basically is up to people to schedule time to come to the server, and it seems like that's pretty available. Like, you guys are pretty open to letting people on and doing what they need to do. You guys have multiple versions of some maps, and you have all the current tournament maps for people to practice on, easily resettable with just a server map reset or backup, you know. And besides that, I kind of want to take a ride out to one of these things. So let's go out to the one that you selected. Which one was it again?
A8. I actually have no idea what it was.
So which one should I hop in?
It doesn't matter.
I want to.
The hub system has empty cart detection, and it also staggers the players, so you all don't launch at the same time.
Oh, interesting. I'm just going to randomly pick number...
I'm going to pick this one so I can press the button.
Okay. I'm going to pick number 7. Where's lucky number 7? Let's see. Number 1, number 3. There it is, number 7. All right. I'm in.
I will take number 14.
Time for the ride.
All right. Here we go. Let's see if we all end up where we're supposed to be. This is pretty awesome, I think. Oh, you're already gone. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Dude, this is crazy. That's awesome.
Hey, those empty carts should fire off, and you should continue straight on to it.
Oh man, if there was a malfunction there'd be a lot of rage.
Yeah, we have an issue at the start with a lot of the people getting shunted off into the void instead of going straight on, which can cause a lot of rage.
Yeah, there was several versions of the hub.
All right, and looks like where do we end up here? Let's see, 8A will take you to
Spheric Runes.
Spheric Runes.
Yeah. One thing I need to go and do is update this little start area, because for Spheric Runes at least, I don't they didn't include a title sign for it here.
Or who made it.
Yeah.
Wait, no, they did say who made it.
Yeah, it's down at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Let's see, maybe Thomas and Jobel. Jobel. All right, guys. Well, that's really cool. Anything else you guys want to show off about the server and the hub for people? Well, actually, let's go over how people, the best way for people to get in contact with you guys to set up times and availability and whatnot.
Well, currently we're just gonna run it off of a weekly post in the subreddit, which will just each post will have the same opening. It will have the just basic concept of the server, the rules of it, and how you would go about signing up. It boiled down to its simplest part. It's just you leave a comment in it, just say what time you'd like it, what maps you'd like to practice on, and then we'll respond to you and let you know that your team's been approved for that time. And there'll also be a Google Calendar link that will show all the times that people have signed up for.
All right, very cool. And anything else you want to add, Freckle?
Yeah, well, just reiterating what Carter said. Basically, you know, right now it hasn't. We're starting to get a lot more busy since the tournament has been announced, and the maps that are being in the tournament are here at the server, where it is specifically meant for anybody in the Reddit community or Minecraft community that wants to train. Give us your name, your play, because you can't just join the server. We're gonna have it whitelisted. So for you to come on, you need to tell us. We need to add your team, all your players. Come on, and let's say play a map. What happens is your team will play a map. As we just did then, you'll use the rail system, go out to that map, you then play the map. It takes you an hour, fine. It takes you 10 minutes, good. You'll end up destroying it. That's fine because we have multiple copies. When you get to a map, you can use the beds to reset your spawn, but once you're done the map, just break the beds, and jump off the edge, kill yourself, come back to the base hub, go to the next map. Like, you don't have to play the same map every time. You can play a bunch of different maps, but the idea is, we try to make this autonomous that we don't have to be here as moderators observing what you're doing. You can play multiple maps until, everything's exhausted. You've played a couple of this, a couple of that. Then, feel free to let us know. We can redo the hub. I work, Carter works, you got school. So if we can't be here as moderators, we can, let the server do itself. It can give you new, fresh maps.
Very cool. And just as another note, you did mention that direct fire is also available for people if they feel like they want to have some fun on that. That's there for people too.
Yeah. Quick overview of what the maps are. We currently have 3 copies of each of the 9 maps in the tournament. Then 3 copies of direct fire. So that's 30 maps total. And then the last 2 slots, what we're considering is just having them to be, they're just going to be like little highlight spots. So for any potential map makers, if you would like to have your map included in there just so people can see it and test it out, just send us a message and we'll stick it in there for you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for showing off the hub and actually really for putting it together. This will be a really cool resource for people to use. And just as a quick note, sorry if I had to cough a few times. I've been getting over sinuses this week, but I'm glad to get some more videos out. And thank you guys for helping me fill that backlog. You guys have a great night, and hopefully we'll get a number of people here using this. A great resource for the Minecraft community. Thanks, guys.
No problem.